So what's going on YouTube? I hope everybody is doing well. This video is just going to be it's going to be about the Trailfinder 3 that you see right here. That's the TF3. The steering improvement and the part that you need to do so. The video is up here. I posted it. There were some people commenting. One person said something about the C2X. I'm not saying you can't modify the C2X somehow in some way or some other manufacturer's servo, to make it work. I'm just saying that this works super well. And I thought it worked well enough that I would just put it out in the community to make it available. I'm going to go ahead and be putting these up on, they're going to be going up and being available on eBay. I'm waiting to get a few more made. That's a spare one. The guy that was in the other video, my friend, that basically came up with the idea. He's making some more. We're going to put them up there, and we're not trying to get rich off of them or anything. The aluminum angle that we made this out of is around close to $30 for a stick of it. So I'm going to be putting these up on eBay, I think, for around $40 with free shipping. And truthfully, I think that's pretty fair to buy the part to fix the steering for the Trailfinder 3. My opinion, I had some comments that it's a lot of work, but not really. It takes like 20 minutes to do. If you have a Dremel and you have literally, I used a little $1.25 hacksaw from the Dollar Tree. So you don't have to have a bunch of expensive tools or a bunch of tools in general to do this, and it's completely worth it. The main thing is you'll have to source a shorter steering link for the front, or pick up an Rc4wd drive adjustable Rancho link, which I'll show you right now. If you do purchase one of them, you will need, the link here. This is the adjustable one from Rc4wd drive, and I run these on most of all my trucks, so it was simple just for me to adjust this where it needed to be for the steering. There's where the servo is relocated here. I'm going to bring the truck down. You can see up in there, I haven't painted it yet. I didn't paint it so it'd be easier to see. I went ahead, I wanted to get a winch mounted to this truck, so I've got to pick up the metal version of this bumper. This is just the plastic one, and I did this to set up a template. So when I get the metal bumper, I know where to cut it to basically have a winch plate mount and keep my stock bumper on the TF3, because this is how I want to roll with this truck. But you can see you don't even need the lock nuts down here. You'll just need a little longer screw to go in your TF3 bumper mount. This is metal, so a little bit of Loctite on this. It isn't going anywhere. Like I said, this is the mount. You can see it here. It's out of the way. This thing steers super great. It's nice and smooth. It's a 10,000 times steering improvement over the stock setup on this on this TF3. Like I said, that was the main complaint people had about the truck, so I was setting out to solve that problem, because I'm actually seeing a lot of the TF3s on the buy-sell trade groups for pretty good prices and everything. So we're gonna run these. We're gonna make this batch. I'm gonna go ahead and put a few of them up on eBay, and if they sell, then we might make a few more. If not, then I may go on the hunt of another TF3 for myself to build later, and I'll just add one of these back, because this made this truck. I love it. I've trailed the crap out of this thing. It's lived some hard lives. This is my hard to use truck, so it is what it is. I got some new tires on here. I'll go over them in a later video, but I picked up some 155 Pro Line Swampers, and they are 3.85 tall, and I went ahead and got a replacement set of the SSD 155 wheel to mount them to, because I just like this truck with these slots on it. So, and I had traded them to my friend, the ones I had on here. I wanted to try a different tire or something, because I'm running the groundhogs on so many trucks. That's why I decided to go ahead. And then I was asked to, local guy that does some hobby stuff here. He sold these to me at a discount price, and he wanted me to kind of do him a little video for him personally, which I'm going to do, not be posting up. But these tires we found I have about around 6 hours probably on them, maybe a little bit more trail so far. They are really performing great. I had to take the Proline foams out of the tires, so if anybody buys these 155, these are the G8 compound. The foams are terrible from Proline, and I switched out to a set of Pitbull harder foams for it, but this truck is very heavy. So, you know, if you got a lightweight truck, these foams will probably be okay for you, but a heavy truck, no, it's not going to be. And this truck is pretty heavy, so... So with that being said, I'm going to get into some things that I have ran into, because I don't want this to turn into a tire review. The stuff that we have ran into here with the TF3. Got my mechanic here. He's been helping me work on it tonight, from the G.I. Joe, the Hasbro classified series guys. I like these guys. They're awesome. And they're scaled pretty nice too for the trucks, so... So the TF3, we'll get this moved out of the way. I do have this mount available if somebody wants to hit me up for it. So anyways, the TF3, the main downfalls, of course, is the steering. That's what everybody cries about. You know, this problem solves it. I'm not going to beat on a dead horse on that one and go over that now. The leaf springs is the same. I've seen some videos where people were crying and whining about it being too stiff. It's the same as any other RC four-wheel drive truck. You've got to break in the suspension. You've got to get the leaves worked in or bypass. You know, some people say you don't have to break them in. Yeah, you do, or you're going to have to flatten them out and take the tension out of the spring if you want stupid flex right from the beginning. This is almost a 4-inch tire right here. So, you know, you get pretty good... I don't know if I can get it to sit on it, because this isn't the weighted one. It's too narrow. So let me see here. We're going to grab a stack of 3 of these right here, okay? Stack of 3. And we're going to put it up here. So there you guys go. Don't got quite a 3 stack flex. There's a 2. It does flex on a 2. There's your flex everybody makes a big deal about. You know, articulation. You know, that's pretty good. So they will, once you start getting them broke in. And, of course, I've got the brass rings in these. I don't make a big deal out about, you know, a leaf spring truck doesn't flex to the moon like a Link truck does in the real world anyway. So, I don't, you know, beat on all that anyway. So there's a 2 stack. That's good enough for me. I don't need any more than that. I mean, if you want your stupid tire up here above your cab, then get a Link truck, in my opinion. That's just me. You know, I like the scale stuff, so no pinch, dovetailed, whatever, Halford. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not my thing. You know, it's just not what I do. So, with that being said, moving on here to the TF3. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to have to shut the camera off and restart it. So, okay, so we're back here. Back to the TF3. The next downfall that you're going to have, the normal, once you get the suspension, you know, of course, you take your inner springs out, and then you take your leaf springs pack and separate it. The next thing you're going to run into is a normal thing with RC four-wheel drive, is your Loctite and all your stuff is the same. That doesn't have anything to do with this being a TF3 or a TF2. There's no difference. The huge problem I have with this truck working on it, it's easy to work on. Things are easy to get to. Well, for me, I didn't really have much problem. But this plastic motor case and this plastic transfer case, wow, that is one big downfall in my opinion for this model truck, because it's just way too easy to pull the threads out of like your transfer case here, because it is plastic. So in my opinion, that is kind of a bigger downfall on the TF3. If Rc4wd drive ends up making an aluminum transmission case and a metal transmission case, or at least a metal transfer case for this, then that is something I will be getting, because I'm not getting rid of the TF3. It's just pretty much becoming my favorite truck to go out and just, you know, have fun with and enjoy, and I don't really worry about it so much. It's held up that good. So I've had one bearing failure in the front, which was, you know, running it in water without it having any marine grease or anything like that in it. And it was raining water before I got it, because I got this truck used. You can go back and watch my videos. Let's see. So I just replaced that. I am going to be putting XVDs in the front of it. And we are going to be upgrading to a set of Jim's bearings. I can't recommend you buy the Jim's bearings right off the bat, because I don't know how well they hold up, because this is the first set that I've run. But every dog bone axle breakage failure I've had, personally, for me, has been a bearing that went bad first. And that's what caused the dog bone and all that stuff to bind up and break so much. So it was a bearing failure more so than it was the actual dog bone broke. And I'm not saying that the dog bone axles are good, because they're not. They're terrible. Rc4wd drive should be putting XVDs in all these trucks, especially for the prices people pay. But that's another problem for another day. I don't mind spending the $35-40 for the XVDs to upgrade them, and going through tearing them down in marine grease and everything if you run in the waters. No big deal. A little bit of work's not going to kill you. So that's the basic when it comes to the mechanicals. I don't like that plastic. I don't like that the scale motor cover is plastic that your actual electric motor mounts into. Because everybody knows over time, no matter what, the plastic's going to warp and distort, especially with the heat of an electric motor in there and everything. So I think that's a big shortcoming in long-term use for the TF3. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I wish they'd have at least gave you a metal case, transfer case, to mount to your skid plate other than the plastic. Just because I'm not a huge fan of that plastic. So hopefully maybe Rc4wd drive down the road, if more people get interested in this platform, they will, you know, maybe start making some upgrade parts like that. You know, even if they're considered like, you know, just a dress up or something. That I would definitely be purchasing the metal housings and everything. So, with that being said, you know, the same thing I went over before, the TF3 already comes with the longer shocks and the taller shock hoops. As far as I know, nobody's making a reverse shackle for the front of it. I personally could care less about that. This truck performs freaking awesome without it. I'm not saying that a reverse shackle kit's not. I mean, I have reverse shackle kits on the front, you know, and the Toyotas all, you know, were reverse shackles anyways. But, you know, that's not something that is going to break it or make it or break it for me, because, you know, the truck performs just fine like this in this setup anyway. So I'm not really complaining about that. Let's see what else we got here. I do wish they would come up with a little some more bumper stuff for the TF3. You know, RC four-wheel drive. I wish they would come up with some more of that stuff for it. So, but anyways, all in all, this truck has really held up well, guys, and I have really used it. You know, not all of the times I've taken this thing out and I have used it that I have posted videos of it. But when you see those trailing in the water, and I mean, this thing's gotten abused in the mud, the snow, the ice, spinning donuts. You can go back to where I was spinning 3S. Yes, with the brush motor, no brushless stuff for me. It's not my cup of tea. I don't personally need that because my truck don't need to go 60 miles an hour. You know, I did break one of the training gears. No, I didn't break the training gear. An E-clip failed inside the transmission, which sent the piece into shrapnel into the gear. So it was really an E-clip failure. That's when I was doing cyclone donuts, which, you know, that's my fault. That's on me, not the truck. I was doing cyclone donuts with a scale crawler in second gear, wide open. So once again, I can't put that on the TF3 or Rc4wd drive's fault. That's on me. Just, you know, playing and being kind of hard on the truck. You know, really, it's not made for that. It's not a basher. So, you know, it's a scale truck. You know what I mean? So, and it was heavy. I had heavy wheels on it at that time as well. So, it is what it is. So anyways, I'm just going over the points of the TF3, and this is going to be like a final rundown video. I'm not doing anything else on the TF3. I did contact Rc4wd Drive to try to, you know, talk to them and stuff about, you know, if they were doing any kind of performance upgrades or parts or whatever like that. Basically, in normal fashion, I got the, you know, my channel is not big enough and not enough people watch, I guess. So, it is what it is. I'm trying to help the platform out because I actually like it. It has nothing to do with Rc4wd Drive. I just see so many people crap on a good platform and there's no use for it. Especially when the big name YouTubers and everything get on there right off the bat and they just, you know, it's crap and they hate it. So naturally you've got all the followers of all those people that, you know, and then they don't even want to give the truck a chance. So, with that being said, I think we're just going to call it, and I'm just being complete upfront and honest, you know, that's how I do everything on my channel. If something's going to be crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. You know, other than the normal downfalls between this and a TF2, this actually has way better ground clearance, box stock to box stock. This truck has way better center ground clearance than the TF2 does. I know because I have my Marlin sitting over here. This skid plate right here is just, you know, it's better. It has more ground clearance. You're gonna get high centered less with the TF3. You put the same tires on this and the same tires on my Marlin, and even the Marlin skid plate hangs down further than this TF3. Don't care. Already tried it. Both trucks on the same trails. You have more center ground clearance right out of the box without having to buy A&M skids or Bauhaus skids or anything like that, because you don't need it because this already has a lower LCG skid plate from the factory. So I don't have no use of having any more. It's held up fine even though it's plastic. I got no quarrels about it. So, let's see. I think that pretty much sums it up mostly. You know, it's the same Yoda 2 axles that are in the TF2. So, don't got to worry about anything like that. I'm going to stop the video here before we get it much any longer and just go with the servo here and show you guys up close with the servo. Alright, so we've got the servo off here. We got the top off here, so you'll be able to see. This is the completed setup here, because I know the other video kind of got cut off, guys. So this is the completed video. You can see I'm still running the stock twister servo in here. No, I don't have a stupid Reefs or Shift or NSDF KP7, whatever those guys run. You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't know. It's not, I'll throw a better servo in here. Not that the twister's any good or anything. But it hasn't died yet. But there's what it looks like complete. Trying to give you guys a good look. You do got to cut the motor, like I said in another video. Everything comes out though clean. This, you know, if it wasn't for cutting the motor, I know a lot of people freak out over that stuff. It's no big deal really. I'm gonna grab a lipo here, snap my lipo in, and then turn our controller on, our transmitter, and our receiver here, and then we'll turn the truck on, and we're gonna do, there's your Sitting down, you got a good bit of weight on here as well. You see how much this thing steers with the crappy stock steering servo on here, the twister. Just doing a little demonstration for you guys. And that's just running the stock receiver as well. I mean stock ESC as well. It's not, you know, a 1080 turned up or nothing. Don't really need any more than that for a scale trail truck. But that's it, guys. All the wiring tucks in really nice and hides there beside the motor. Never mind this mass of stuff here. This is just that's just my stuff for my winch. I kind of did a quick down and dirty wiring job for my winch and all that stuff the other night, because just unsnap my LiPo out of there. So you see my winch control box there that I have, because like I said, I'm trying to keep a winch on all my trucks, because I actually do enjoy using the winches, because I like the scale drive stuff. So you know, playing with the winches is fun when you're out on the trail, especially with a friend. But that's it, guys. That's totally what my take is, and we're going to sum this up last video on the TF3. So I'm tired of beating my head against the wall on it to try to get the point across that it's a pretty decent truck. So I'm just going to enjoy the truck, and then the cheaper they become, the more I'll buy of them, and I'll have plenty of parts for later on down the road. You know what I mean? So that's fine by me. Like I said, hopefully Rc4wd drive. I know you probably don't watch my stuff, whatever, but man, you guys really should at least come up with an aluminum or some kind of metal case for this transfer case here. Would be nice. All this being metal would be fantastic. Even some kind of lightweight aluminum or something would be better than the plastic, I think. But you know, I know you did probably keep the cost down as well too. I don't know, but that's what we got, guys, from here for the RC Dungeon. This video is gonna post up, and then I may do maybe another video this week. I think, I don't know. The Blazer's done, so I'm gonna try to get a trail video up for the Blazer, and then maybe early next week we're gonna be doing a giveaway on the channel, because it'll be, I'm over my 1,000 subs by almost 100 now, but I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that 1,000 subscriber giveaway, you know, on the channel. So so we'll be doing that, and I'm gonna be, you know, doing the whole video to where I'm writing everybody's name down and all that stuff and putting it in the hat, because just so everybody can see it's a fair shake. And then, you know, I'll get more into that on another later video. But that's what's going to be from the RC Dungeon. I appreciate everybody that's, you know, that comments under the videos. I know still a lot of people still seeing, you know, people watching that. You know, I appreciate it when you do comment. Especially, you know, or hit the like button. You know, I do appreciate that. Really, I thought I'd be picking up the channel growing a little bit faster than what it is, but it is what it is. I still appreciate what I got. I appreciate the people that do watch it and get, you know, good use from the content from the channel, because that's really what RC is about for me anyways. But anyways, guys, from the RC Dungeon, we still got the tow truck build I'm doing. We still got the Jeep Wrangler we're doing. The Jeep Wrangler's going to have a big reveal coming pretty soon. I think I put a picture up on Facebook, so the people that do follow the channel, maybe that are on the Facebook page, they probably seen it on there. I don't know. Oh, you know what I mean? But if not, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty stoked about the Wrangler. And then we've got the dually set up on the Wrecker, which I'm pretty happy with that as well. There's some tweaking and stuff, same as always with anything when it comes to RC. My buddy has bought the orange long wheelbase off of me, so it is now no longer here. I know, cry. I miss it. It was a beautiful truck. But, you know, I'm moving on to different rigs, and I know he'll take care of it, and he really wanted that truck really bad, and I'm glad it went to a good home. I'm going to do another video probably too. I see a lot of guys doing like the 3D printed and then the whatever printed signs, the scale signs for the garage. I came up with a cool way of making them really super cheap. I'm going to share that with you guys as well. They came out pretty good. I probably could have took my time and did a little better. A shot of one of them is right there. Right there's the no parking. And then there is the yield. And those are all homemade. Cost me basically $1.25. There's the stop sign. And then I've got another one over here that's a speed limit sign. So I'm going to go over, and then I've got another one behind the blazers, no U-turns. I made all those basically cheap, frugal, cost me like $1.25, a little bit more. And I'll go over how I did those with you guys in another video. So I hope, like I said, as always, guys, please like and subscribe if you watch the channel. Peace.